friends, welcome back. My name is Dawn and this is Living a Word-Filled Life. And the title of today's video is The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Really? As I'm filming this, the Christmas season is upon us, and so many people get so stressed out and overwhelmed this time of year just because of all the things they feel that they are supposed to do. And recently I went to a Bible conference, and the Lord asked my husband and I to bless this family. We gave them a significant amount of money, and it was a husband and wife and 3 beautiful children. And when we gave it to them, the wife started to cry, and she said that she was so grateful for Christmas. And we thought, great, she can get stuff for the kids. And then she continued on, and what she said made me really sad. She said, because my family put such pressure on us for us to buy, gifts for all the family members. And I told her, and I felt like I was led by the Spirit to tell her this. I'm like, you don't have to do that. That is of the enemy. The enemy comes to steal, to kill, and destroy. But God came, that Jesus came, that you would have life and have it more abundantly. And so the enemy is trying to steal the joy of Christmas, the important part of Christmas, by making everyone stressed out, going into debt, which is ridiculous. So it reminded me of this passage that I want to share with you, and it's from Luke chapter 10, and it's verse 36 through 42, and I'm going to read from the Passion Translation. And it says, as Jesus and the disciples continued on their journey, they came to a village where a woman welcomed Jesus into her home. Her name was Martha, and she had a sister named Mary. Martha sat down attentively before the Master, absorbing every revelation he shared. But Martha became exasperated by finishing the numerous household chores and preparation for her guests, so she interrupted Jesus and said, Lord, don't you think it's unfair that my sister left me to do all the work myself? You should tell her to get up and help me. The Lord answered her, Martha, my beloved Martha, why are you upset and troubled, pulled away by all these many distractions? Are they really that important? Mary had discovered the one thing most important by choosing to sit at my feet. She is undistracted, and I won't take this privilege from her. So the most important thing, not just at Christmas time, but always, is to sit at the feet of Jesus and not be distracted by all the things in the world. Now, if you enjoy the things like I do, I enjoy the decorating, that doesn't stress me out. That actually brings me joy and peace. In fact, when I was a kid, probably around 3rd grade, I think, maybe even 2nd, I had a red crayon and a green crayon, and I colored pieces of paper on the front and the back, and I cut them out, and I glued them together, and I made these little chains, little garlands, and I put them all over my room. So I've enjoyed that since I was a child. So if you enjoy certain things, making certain type of cookies or seeing certain family members you don't see, by all means, but don't get caught up in all the things you feel that you have to do and that stresses you out. Just let it go. And an example of this too is when my husband was married previously, his wife had put all this pressure on him to get, the perfect Instagram-worthy gift for Christmas. I don't know if she did or not, but he felt that way. But my ex-husband was a great gift giver, but he would always give me this expensive, diamond, sapphire, gold, all this jewelry, and I didn't even want it. And then we'd have to figure out how to pay for it. The two of them should have got together, actually. It would have been a perfect match. But when I got married to my current husband, we've been married for 18 years now, I remember how shocked he was when I went to him and I said, honey, I need to tell you something. And he's like, oh no, what? It was when we first got married, and I said, would you mind if we didn't buy gifts for each other? I said, the best gift to me is the gift of your presence. And that's all I need. I don't want all this other stuff. And he's like, what? Are you serious? So we have never given each other gifts or cards even for like anniversaries, birthdays. And we just love spending time with each other. And so we don't get gifts. And that's not for everybody. I'm not saying everybody has to do that. And I'm not saying it's bad to give gifts. I'm just saying if the gift that you are giving puts you in debt, if it causes you stress, if you're getting it just because you feel like you have to, then maybe you should reevaluate that. And another thing, my best friend and I used to give gifts to each other and all the kids. You know, that was great when they were little. But then we kept doing it. And then we moved apart. And then we were having to pay for shipping. And it's like, I'm spending more money on somebody else's kids. And at this point, we were kind of far apart in distance and they were getting older, so I didn't know what they liked anymore. So we decided together, like, let's just not do this anymore. So I think you need to just take a moment, look at what's really important this holiday season, spending time with family, but most importantly, spending time at the feet of Jesus. He is, I know this is, this sounds so cliche because we've said it for so many years, but He is truly the reason for the season. Not buying gifts for everybody, not spending money that you don't have, just truly enjoying each other and the time of year it is this year. So just food for thought. And I wish not only someone had told me this when I was younger, but also I wish that I would have heeded advice had I heard that and just not, gotten stressed out that I had to make the gingerbread house. And a lot of these pressures we put on ourselves. I did that, every year I made a gingerbread house. And I remember my son was just walking. So he was probably a little over 1. And I had all the big pieces of the gingerbread house cooling. And he was just walking. And I see him wobbling over. And he has a side of the house. And he has it. And he has a big bite out of it. He was eating it. And I said, what? And he's like, Tookie. He thought it was a big cookie. And I just went nuts. I, started crying. I was all upset. I had to make the dough from scratch again. That is so stupid. I shouldn't have done that, and it's just, I'm hoping that somebody can hear this now and know you don't have to make the big Tookie over again. Just laugh about it and enjoy the holiday season with you staying at the feet of Jesus. You be blessed. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.